Stampers and Crafters. My name is Tammy from stampwithtami.com, and today's video technique, I'm going to show you how to make this super cool Sunburst flower card. It's created with the Stampin Up Sunburst Die, and it's not only a super cool, beautiful card, it's fun to say. Stampin Up Sunburst Sunflower Card. Try saying it a few times fast. It's not as easy as it looks. Alright, you want to see how to make it? Let's get started. Here is the sunflower card up close. Oh, I just love it. Just love this whole idea. Such a fun and outside the box use for the Sunburst Die, which is fabulous in so many ways. You can get more ideas for that on my stampwithtami.com blog. And you can also get on my blog all of the supplies that I'm using today, as well as a free downloadable PDF simply by going to this URL or clicking in the link in the description below. If you're on YouTube, you can click right on this video. So we'll start with making our flower pieces. For the stem, I use the Flower Fair dies. Love these guys. Gonna just take that little stem. It was a perfect size and some old olive cardstock. This is the Big Shot die cut machine with the magnetic platform, one cutting pad, cardstock, our stem die, and one cutting pad on top, and crank it through. And that just pops right out. How cool is that? So easy. It's so easy. Oh, it's so easy. It's so easy. Linda Ronstadt, you are not. Oh, but that doesn't stop me from singing her songs. Oh. Next up, I've got the 1 3/4 inch circle punch. Upside down, gonna punch some early espresso out of just a piece of scrap. We'll be using 2 impressions folders for this card. Right now I'm using decorative dots, and then our sunflower actually is made from the wood grain, which is really cool because it doesn't look like wood grain at all when we put it on the flower. We'll get to that in a minute. So our circle just goes into the decorative dots folder, and while we're at it, we need to wood grain both of our crushed curry panels, and they get done exactly the same way. Okay, back to the Sizzix Big Shot. I've got the multi-purpose cutting platform that comes with it. Open on tab 1. Gonna sandwich our folder in between 2 cutting pads and crank it through. And then repeat with the wood grain folder twice with the crushed curry inside. We need 2 of those panels. And that's gonna give us 2 crushed curries with the great wood grain impressions on it, and the center of our sunflower. We're actually going to cut it twice with the sunburst and the circle die, and it'll just flatten out the texture just enough to make it perfect. So I'm lining up the die with the shorter side, like the die's not even, so I'm kind of lining it up with the shorter side of the die. Same multi-purpose cutting platform as the flower stem, sandwich between 2 cutting pads and crank through. So our original piece is very textured, very raised. It's still textured and it's still awesome, but it's slightly less now that we've run it through the Big Shot once, which I think for this particular design is perfect. I'm taking the largest circle from the circle framelits, and what I mean by that is the largest circle that isn't the scallop, the plain circle. And we're gonna line that up on the sunburst so that the center of the sunburst is as close to the center as we can get it, and still have all of the rays, or in our case, the flower petals in. Sandwich and crank back. And so this is part of our sunflower. Isn't that awesome? And we're going to repeat that last step with the same size circle die with our remaining piece of crushed curry. Put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of the sunburst. I didn't do every one, maybe every other one. And then line that up and put it down. Actually, you know what? I think I might like dimensionals on the back of every one. I've changed my mind, so I'm just going to add them because I like them popped up. Next, we're going to stamp the edges with some crushed curry ink and a Stampin' sponge. Next, I'm going to sponge the edges of the flower with some crushed curry ink. Just pow, right? Gives it such dimension. A couple Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of our circle, and that gets it. I'm using some mini glue dot adhesive. Ooh, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, that's gonna leave a mark. I don't know if there's any way to fix that. Well, maybe we can still stick it down. Maybe no one will notice. Don't tell anyone, okay? Some glue dots on the back of that. Let's piece it together down here and see if we can get it on there without anybody noticing that I broke it. Ah, it's good. You can't even tell. I used some snail for the back of our sunflower. Trim off the bottom of that. And then snail sticks it to our card base. And our card is complete. And it's so cool. Do you like it? I love it. I think that is so awesome. Be sure to visit my stampwithtami.com blog. I have hundreds of video tutorials there, plus the free downloadable PDF for this project and every video project that I've ever done, as well as my weekly newsletter that you should sign up for while you're over there because I send out free card tutorials every Tuesday. Thanks for joining me today.